How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Twistie Test Championship. New Zealand and South Africa. The news from the middle is that New Zealand have won the toss and they elected to bowl first. But let's have a look at the standings here in Group B. This is the final game of the round, remember. And this is a huge one. If New Zealand win, they secure themselves a finals position. If South Africa win, they will jump to the top of Group B with one game remaining. It's all up for grabs. Very intriguing. Final couple of rounds coming up here, and this is a very important game. New Zealand, of course, I think will go on to play the West Indies in the final round, which, again, both sides could still qualify if South Africa go on to win this game, but it's going to be absolutely huge. It's Elgar and Markram at the middle, Southey with ball in hand, and we've got the first runs of the day. Jeez, I had so much to get through in that opening 30 seconds. So many scenarios that can get thrown up because of how this result will play out. Just if it's a win to New Zealand, obviously, as we said, they qualify. If it's a draw for New Zealand, so I've just had a look here. If it is indeed a draw, New Zealand will still go into the next round. They will qualify automatically with a draw. It would put them, or will it? Jeez. It will definitely put them to a point clear of Sri Lanka. It will put them also 2 points clear then of the West Indies and 1 point clear of South Africa. And there's a big shout out in the middle. And there's the first wicket of the day. It's Colin de Grandhomme who's got it. LBW of Aiden Markram, no review used. 26 for 1, the South Africans. And as we said, if South Africa go on to draw this game, they will leapfrog the West Indies. I'm not sure about Sri Lanka. They may or may not leapfrog them as well. As we've seen, Edge just fall short. Didn't quite go to hand. Oh, chopped on. Elgar departs now. So another wicket for South Africa falls. New Zealand strike early twice. This time off the bowling of Wagner. 26 for 2, both openers gone. But if this game is indeed a draw, South Africa will I think, be in second position, still not having lost a Test Championship match as yet. Oh, that's gone through to the keeper. So, interesting stuff for Group B. Every side has beaten Afghanistan, and then it's sort of been interesting between how they've played out against each other. The West Indies lost to Sri Lanka, I believe, and then they had a draw against South Africa. And Sri Lanka and New Zealand, of course, will meet in the next round. Oh, no, New Zealand did beat Sri Lanka, as well as beating Afghanistan. So New Zealand will play the West Indies in the final round. South Africa will play Sri Lanka. The winner of those two games, you would think, would qualify. But if New Zealand wins, then it is obviously a three-horse race for second for who's actually going to qualify. So it is going to be a very intriguing last couple of games that we see play out next round in Group B. Group A is obviously very interesting as well, but it's surprising when you've got just one team that gets beaten by everyone, how much that impacts the entirety of the competition, because every other side locks that in as a win, and then it's how well do they go against each other will really dictate how this plays out. Oh, an edge! And dropped! Ross Taylor had slipped, diving to his left. He's at about third or fourth slip there. Had to get across a long way. Let's have a look at this again. As he just gets a little bit of an edge. It was definitely in the air. Probably had more time than he thought there, Taylor. But, the South Africans have recovered after losing two early ones. It's now a 50-plus run stand here between Du Plessis and Van der Dussen. 74 for 2 at the moment. The South Africans going at a run rate of 2.7. So not overly dramatically quick. There's another wicket, though. So it breaks the partnership. It's Mitchell Santner who gets it. Just the classic bat onto the heel, which so often infuriates us as viewers, but it becomes a wicket nonetheless. Du Plessis out for 23. South Africa, 77 for 3. Tim Southey, the new bowler, into the attack. Not sure why I've shown that. Anyway, it's the final final ball of the first session. And it will be a dot. So 78 for 3 from the opening session for South Africa. De Kock yet to get off the mark after just joining Van der Dussen at the crease there. Got through 6 balls without scoring. Just wanted to survive through that lunch break there. But 78 for 3. It's de Grandhomme, Santner and Wagner with the early wickets for New Zealand. Rassie Van der Dussen, 28 not out, the top scorer so far for South Africa. Oh, that's a good shot. And straight after lunch, he's got a bit of energy about him, and he's powered one for 4. Oh, and again, this time over mid-on. Has it cleared the fielder? It has. That'll be 1 bounce over the boundary rope. So 2 boundaries for Van der Dussen on his return to the crease post-lunch, and he's found it again a couple of overs later. Starting to strike it cleaner at the moment. 90 for 3. And yes, that was my phone going off again. Gee, I've had a habit of doing this. This is now the 2nd time I think this has gone off during recording. But I need to know, and that's an answer. It's 4. Rassie Van der Dussen just really slashing at it, pushing hard. Something we haven't seen too often in this tournament. Oh, maybe a run out. Geez, 3rd umpire. We'll have a look at this one. When do the ding bails light up? Oh, yep. That's the end of de Kock. About 2 inches short. 3rd umpire says, on your way back to the pavilion, good sir. 103 for 4. So there's an edge that just doesn't carry. We've seen a couple of those today where it just dropped short. That's in the air. That's out. Trent Boult. Caught and bowled. We know he's so good off his own bowling. The leading edge from Bavuma just ballooned back to him, and he just got across to his right enough to stick the right hand out and take the catch. Trent Boult with the wicket. New Zealand getting wicket number 5. Bavuma for a duck. 103 for 5. And that's runs now. With Dwayne Proteas joining Rassie Van der Dussen at the crease. They've lost 5 wickets in 40 overs here, South Africa, with an edge that is dropped. And I think it's Ross Taylor again. That's his 2nd one he's put down here. And again, Van der Dussen will get another life on 48 at the moment. Oh, and that's off the pad. And this time Taylor takes the catch, but no bat involved. So, disappointing for him. As we see another outside edge roll along the ground. Some of these things just not carrying as much as New Zealand would want to see. That's another one. Really green pitch here on day 1. It's not quite zipping through as much as maybe some of us anticipated. Certainly getting that uneven bounce. As Van der Dussen picks up 2, and that's a half century for him. 4 boundaries in the 51. And they've been impressive boundaries as well. Oh, gee, look at the swing there from Boult. Starting to get it to move a little bit. Same with Wagner. They're just getting movement in the air. And this is going to create a bit of chaos for this lower order of South Africa. Oh, that one in the air and out. Inside edge onto the back of the pad. Maybe off the calf. And then it's out. So a huge dismissal again. Is it our informed batsman? Was it Rassie Van der Dussen? I'm not quite sure. We'll have to have a look here. Should really be knowing these things as a commentator, but unfortunately I don't know. It's Proteas who's out for 9. That's what I thought. 129 for 6. South Africa, and Van der Dussen's actually running out of partners at the moment. He's got 4 left in the sheds, should they require them. 133 for 6. And that away on the onside. That'll be 4. It's up just his 5th boundary here. Van der Dussen. South Africa up to 150. Gee, was there any glove in that? Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Santner gets another one. Let's have a look here. Just pressing forward. Jam between the glove and the pad. Wagner at short leg is able to take the catch. In that sort of bat pad there. 151 for 7. South Africa as we head into the night session of today's play. I forgot to mention earlier, this is a day-night test, this one, between these two sides. So how the pink ball will impact it, I'm not too sure, but it's Maharaj and Patterson in at the middle. 60 overs, they've lost 7 wickets with just 154 on the board. So still a bit of work for this tail to do. There's another outside edge. The finger goes up and the wicket is taken. So once again, New Zealand doing well. And continuing to get these wickets. It's Santner once more. I think he's got 3, possibly even a 4th. Maharaj out for 4. Nokia and Patterson there. Out in the middle still. 159 on the board. What's at least a competitive first innings total here? We saw the previous test match between New Zealand and Afghanistan here. Oh, gee, that's very close. It swung in a long way. Umpire says not out and no review. But yeah, we saw the previous test match between New Zealand and Afghanistan. I think there was maybe one score above 300 in the 4 innings that played, and 250 was probably a decent score. There's an inside edge. That'll be 4. So these are all bonus runs here for South Africa right now. You don't expect to get too many out of the tail, but these two have somehow put on a little bit. 195 for 8 after 78 overs. Oh, that's through everything. Oh, and cut away nicely. They've been going relatively slow here. Obviously the tail end, just trying to maybe bat some time, as that'll go to the boundary. 200 up for South Africa. And at least if you can take, you know, a day out of the test match with the bat in hand, get ready to go tomorrow with the ball. This way, South Africa can go about it. 213 for 8. That's close. Oh, and maybe a run out by Wagner. Jeez. It's all happening again. Oh, under the pad. What have we got? 2 overs left today. Can New Zealand get these final 2 wickets? We'll have to wait to the last over to get it. 89 overs gone. 220 for 8. Edged and gone. So Nokia is out. De Grandhomme gets the wicket. New Zealand get wicket number 9. South Africa 220 for 9. 3 balls left in the day. That one's going to be a dot. 2 balls left. Rabada gets it away. That'll be all the way to the boundary for 4, you'd reckon. Last ball of today's play coming up. South Africa 9 down. And that's where they'll stay. 224 for 9 after the opening day's play. It's been an eventful one, hasn't it? For both these sides. The top score, South Africa there. Russie van der Dussen 71. The only one above 50. Anrich Noki on 38 as well with a good score. Santner 3 wickets for New Zealand. De Grandhomme and Wagner 2 apiece. Trent Bolt had 1 as well. And I do believe there was also a run out there. And there's the bowling figures as well. But anyway, we'll see you all on day 2 as we continue this day-night test between New Zealand and South Africa.